have discovered one of the most broken new decks in Marvel Snap, and I'm going to tell you about it so you can abuse it just like I did. Excuse the green screen, by the way. I'm currently away from my usual setup. Hopefully we can have some fun with it. But I'm going to rip the band-aid off right now. You're going to need Shuri for this to work. Well, sort of. Funnily enough, Shuri isn't actually vital for this deck. It is just a huge improvement to the deck. But the deck that I just propelled myself to Infinite with this season was Sera Miracle, but again with Shuri. I'm going to start by giving you a full rundown of Sera Miracle and then explain why Shuri works so well with it. So if you already understand Sera Miracle, go to the timestamp here. Sera Miracle has historically been one of the strongest archetypes in Marvel Snap. The general way that the deck works is play very few things up until turn 5, play Sera on turn 5, Sera discounts your entire hand, so then on turn 6, you vomit the rest of your hand out and win the game. The advantages to Sera Miracle are, well, several fold. Firstly, because you're not playing the majority of your cards until the final turn, your opponent will often believe that they're ahead, and they, a lot of the time, won't be able to comprehend just how much power you're going to put out on that final turn. This means that Sera Miracle is a deck that is particularly good at stealing 8 cubes from your opponent, or at least 4 cubes, as you're going to be snapping a lot of the time on turn 2 or turn 3, and your opponent isn't going to know why, as you won't have actually played anything yet. There have been several versions of Sera Miracle which have been extremely popular over the last few months. One of my personal favorites is Discard Sera Miracle, which runs Strong Guy as a win condition. So, for example, you play Angela turn 2, Bishop turn 3, Strong Guy turn 4, Sera turn 5, and then everything else turn 6 to make sure that you end up with a very strong Guy. Destroy Sera Miracle with Nova and Carnage is another way to go, and Flood Sera Miracle has been very popular recently with Mr. Sinister. But the key cards that you need in order to run Sera Miracle are as follows: Angela, Bishop, Sera. That's it really. They're the only cards that are actually core to the deck. Essentially, you should be snapping as soon as you draw Sera, because a lot of the time that is going to be good enough for you to win. And if you don't draw Sera and your opponent snaps, unless something is somehow coming together really well due to locations helping you out, just retreat. It is that simple. Right, now let's talk about Shuri. So Shuri's ability on reveal, double the power of the next card that you play. Now, let's be real. Shuri's ability is strong. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that out. You can play it with Wong and it activates twice. You can play it with Black Panther instead of Wong, and Black Panther's ability doubles his power and Shuri doubles it again. You can play it with many different on-reveal decks, yada yada yada. Shuri's strong, but I believe she is potentially at her strongest here. And this is why. The thing that makes Sera Miracle so strong is that you're playing all of your powerful cards on the final turn. Well, thanks to Sera on 5, Shuri only costs 3 on turn 6. This means that you can play here with one of these powerful cards, Swordmaster, Maximus, heck, even Lizard, and you're going to be getting a lot of power out of nowhere that your opponent just won't see coming. The fact that you're playing Shuri and the other powerful card in the final turn means that you're hitting with horrendous amount of damage. Match that with Mysterio proccing Bishop multiple times, and maybe even Angela, maybe even a Shang-Chi blowing up your opponent's big card, or a Killmonger guaranteeing that your Lizard retains its 5 power. Final turns with this deck are explosive, and I just had the easiest climb to Infinite that I've ever had in my life. For context, I have this thing where I like to experiment and try really stupid decks, and so I've been up and down like a yo-yo, up to 96, down to 80, up to 93 again, back down to 70. And as there's only a few days left of the season, I decided it is time for me to hit Infinite, and I climbed from rank 83 to Infinite in only a few hours. The last hour of which I did on stream, and anyone that was watching will confirm this deck was ridiculous. If we do this, Lizard has 10, so we're gaining 13 here and 2 here. But we're also gaining 3 here. So if my opponent ignores the middle lane, Bishop and the Enmo Island ability. Wait, but if my opponent plays Galactus on the right, we just lose. Wait, do I actually need to play around Galactus? Maybe I do need to play around Galactus. Let's go Shuri, Lizard, Scarlet Witch on the right. It's 1 less power here, but now suddenly we win if Galactus is here. That's a win, right? That's a win. That's a win. We won because we played around Galactus. But now to talk you through the deck list real quick. Angela, Bishop, Sera, and America Chavez. These cards are considered staple in Sera Miracle. Obviously Sera, Angela, and Bishop, just because they get so strong so fast, you're almost guaranteed to be filling up your board, so you know they're going to get their buffs. And America Chavez to thin the deck out and make it more likely that you draw your Sera consistently on turn 5. Most of the time you won't play America, but if the hand that you have available to you on turn 6 is really bad, then you might end up playing her occasionally. But the main reason you're here is to actually guarantee that there's a card that you're not drawing to make it more likely that you're drawing Sera. Simple as that. Mysterio is in there simply because it synergizes so well with Angela and Bishop. It's one of the cards that you jam on the final turn. It gives Bishop 3 buffs, gives Angela a buff, and also, you know, for power, it's not bad at all. Maximus and Swordmaster are there because they synergize so well with Shuri. On the final turn, you can play Shuri with Maximus for 14 extra power in Maximus's lane, or with Blademaster for 12 extra power in that lane. The benefit of doing that is that by playing Shuri, which costs 3 thanks to Sera, and say Maximus, which costs 2 thanks to Sera, that leaves you with 1 more energy to play Scarlet Witch or Lizard. Lizard is in the deck for the same reason as Maximus and Swordmaster. Obviously not quite as strong as those cards. It does double up to 10 power, and it does only cost you 1 energy when played after Sera and Shuri. To guarantee that Lizard does get its full 5 energy without dropping down to 2, we're running Killmonger, which can also be played on the final turn to be a nasty surprise for your opponent. It's also just one of the best tech cards in the game, and apparently one of the most hated cards in the game right now, along with our other tech card of choice, Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is vital at the moment, in my opinion. If you can possibly justify running him, you should be running him. Black Panthers are everywhere, and the Shang-Chi is a Black Panther killing machine. The final card that I haven't mentioned is Scarlet Witch, and she's just in there again, as she only costs 1 when discounted from Sera, so she's another card you can easily jam on the final turn, and a lot of the time you can just use her to change locations and screw over your opponent, or change a bad location into a good one for you. Locations like the Space Throne or Death's Domain, they don't tend to be too great for you. You can play Scarlet Witch on Death Domain on the final turn to maybe just sneak the win in that location, or you can play it on something like Space Throne or Dream Dimension really early just to get it out of the way so you don't have to worry about it later. As I said earlier though, generally the strategy is play very little in the first few turns. If you can get Angela and Bishop down and by turn 5, that can be pretty helpful. Then you play your Sera on turn 5 and then as much as you can after that. There will be the odd game where you decide to play Lizard on turn 2 and Killmonger on turn 3 if there's nothing else that you can play and you want to start thinning your hand out. But again, just keep in mind the main point of this deck is that you're playing all of your powerful stuff on the final turn. So unless absolutely necessary, do not play Maximus or Swordmaster or Shuri until turn 6. Sometimes you'll play Shuri on turn 4 in order to double your Sera's power on turn 5. But again, that's a case-by-case scenario. The other beautiful thing about Shang-Chi that I forgot to mention is that a lot of the time on turn 6, you are going to be behind power-wise. Because you're playing all of your power on the final turn, it means your opponent should be winning going into turn 6, which means their cards will be played before your cards on turn 6, which means Killmonger and Shang-Chi are even better. But that is enough rambling from me. Check out this gameplay and take a look at just how good this deck is. Double armor. So this is a destroyer deck, presumably. So that's what my opponent's going to be doing on the last turn, is playing 2 destroyers. Oh, this is all getting a bit weird. So I think... Oh, okay, yeah. So the play is, unless we draw Scarlet Witch, actually probably even if we draw Scarlet Witch, the play is, we go Shuri on turn 4 here, we go Swordmaster on turn 5 here to discard my hand, and it's going to be absolutely huge, and then we just play my opponent's destroyer and win the game. Wait, they've snapped as well? What is happening? Drax, that's fine. Okay. I've drawn Sera. It's a shame about Mindscape, but we'll go anyway. That's only got 8. I wish that had 9, so I could Shang-Chi it in the event that my opponent plays it. Like, because my opponent might play Storm here. All right, here we go. Iron Man. I think that's fine. Like, when I say that this Swordmaster is ridiculous, I mean it. 24 power. So we're giving him a Sera and a Killmonger. And we have America Chavez in the deck, so we at least have that, if nothing else to play. Sera and Killmonger. It's actually relevant because of this. Hulk's better than America Chavez. Killmonger does nothing to me. Yeah, okay. Nice! I think I'm going to do this. Even though I haven't drawn Sera, I don't like the idea of only having 3 cards on turn 4. You better not get my Sera from this cable. Yeah, there are so many good Sera decks. Oh. Yeah, this isn't working out. This isn't working out. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. We haven't drawn our Sera. He's snapped. We've got rock. Our deck's full of rocks. I don't like it. Just get out. Mojo and Debris do it. Nah, Debris is really not necessarily necessary in this deck. Mojo doesn't need Debris to be good. Like Mojo, trust me, Mojo is good without Debris. I should play something really. Because it's Bishop 3, Shuri 4. Yeah, okay, well Scarlet Witch on the right. Screw it. Oh, and I never played anything else on the right again. We drew Sera, so we snap. It really is that simple. And yeah, it's gonna be Bishop into Shuri, into Sera, into Killmonger, Mysterio, and whatever else we draw in the next 2 turns. Bish bash bosh. Lizard, yeah, you'll do. Shuri, Maxi, Mysterio, and any other good. Yeah, discard. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. I can't even draw. I can't even draw Shang-Chi anymore. I might actually lose. If he plays Black Panther here, I might have to retreat. Oh, it's White Tiger. Oh, I think we can beat White Tiger. So we assume the next card played is Odin, right? So can we beat Odin? So Odin would be 10, 11 power here total. So as long as we can play 11 power here, which I think we can. I mean, that's 11. And then the most power we can play here on top. So 3 White Tiger, 7, 14, 21. So add 21 here. That is 27. We need 8 power here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're playing 5 cards, so Bishop goes up to 11. Plus 5, plus another 4, plus 9, 28. Yeah, that should be good enough. If my opponent's playing Odin, we win. I think if my opponent's playing Doctor Doom, we still win. If my opponent plays Black Panther, we lose. But we can't play around literally everything, Odin. Yeah, we've worked that out. That's a dub, right? As long as I haven't mathed it wrong, then we win this. Piece of cake. Yeah, no, I actually thought it was random for a lot of the time when I started playing too. Then you just sort of learn it one day. Okay, Bishop's a really nice draw. Cosmo, that's fine. Oh, do you know, I'll tell you what, guys, I've been playing so many reveal decks recently. Basically everything I've been playing has been reveal. It feels really good to be playing a deck that just doesn't lose as soon as your opponent plays Cosmo. It feels good. It feels good, okay? Sure, we'll play Shuri here. Flying to Infinite? Yeah, it's been a good climb today. Oh, we got Sera too. Beautiful. Not quite as nice a double as if I was doubling Maximus from 9 to 18, but like still, now we can play Mysterio, Killmonger, and Maximus next turn. So we just need to make sure we're playing around Destroyer, which I'm pretty sure we can, right? So we play Mysterio here. That adds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That adds 8, so we end up on 23. If he plays Destroyer, he adds 15, so he ends up on also 23. So no, that's no good. Maybe I just put Maximus here. But then I need to make sure I've got enough power to beat Destroyer in the middle. Wait, maybe tying the middle's fine, actually. Let me just double check this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 23. 8 plus 15, 23. And then we go... Unfortunately, we have the initiative. We act first. Wait, we can't beat Destroyer in the middle. Can we? What if he... Maybe I should play around Destroyer middle. 9, 14. Let's play as if he's going Destroyer middle. We did it, chat. We did it. We freaking did it!